Hey friends, so I am here with a video for you guys. So this is going to be a court case, crime-ish type of video to go over. I'm just going to let you know right now that I'm going to do this video with you guys, but I do have another one that I want to do with you guys this month. I wanted to go over this with you guys because Jeremy told me about this a few days ago. How long ago was it? It's already Friday now. I'm filming this for you guys on Friday night. And when I saw this, I was screaming. And I just knew we had to talk about it over here. So I hope everybody's doing well. So just to give you guys a rundown on this. So this is going to be about a lawsuit that was filed against the company Black Rifle Coffee. Okay. Y'all have probably heard of them. I have heard of them. I know Joe Rogan wears their shirts all the time. They're huge supporters. They're in Walmart. They're in these big stores and, they're very well known, okay? Very well known. And so there's a lawsuit against them, which there's actually a bunch of lawsuits against them. And if you guys don't know, when you get to a certain public place, I don't know what you would call it, people try to sue you all the time, right? People try to sue you all the time. You know, they'll try to fall out. They'll try to do whatever because they're trying to get money. I even seen Will Smith, and I don't know how honest any of these people are. Obviously don't know them. But I seen Will Smith saying in an interview one time that he keeps attorneys on retainer because he gets sued like at least 10 times a year. Like, you never hear about it because it's a normal thing. Well, Black Rifle Coffee has quite a few lawsuits against them, but you don't hear about them. But this one was leaked, y'all. And when y'all hear about this, oh my gosh, I was like, I cannot believe this. Oh, wait till you hear this. Okay. I should call Jeremy in here. Baby, Jeremy. Let me see if he'll come with me. Come here, stand right there. Don't go nowhere.
Huh?
Don't go nowhere because I need you.
Stand where?
Where's your robe at, babe? My camera's going, just so you know. Don't do nothing crazy. Here, put this one on. Here, put this robe on. You'll look pretty. And come lay over here.
This ain't my robe.
I'm a tricky. Just put it on. You look pretty. Just cover yourself up so nobody can see you, if you know what I mean. Look at them legs. Look at them chicken legs.
What have you done with my robe?
I don't know. Just come on. Can't nobody see them but them pretty. Ooh, look at them knees. I don't never see them knees like that. Ooh. This is my laptop, so don't lay here. I was going to let you lay right here.
I bet you were.
You want me to move that? Okay. All right. So we're going to read. I don't know how many pages this says. We're not going to read the whole thing. Well, how many pages? 11 pages.
Who's reading?
We're not going to read the whole thing. We're just going to go over the highlights for this lawsuit from Brandon Roper to. Do you know who this is?
Oh, yeah.
Black Rifle Coffee.
Black Rifle Coffee.
Okay. This is so good. When you told me about this, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Because I've watched this guy that is going to be in this on Joe Rogan before. And like, so I'm like, okay, wait till I hear this. Okay, so this is an ex-employee who is suing Black Rifle Coffee. And this is what he says. Former employee,
You got the allegation section?
Yeah, so he was an employee from July 17th, 2016 to March 29th, 2017. So he was not even an employee for what? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 8 months. Okay, not even a year. Now, all activity occurred within the thing. Okay, so these are the allegations that this former employee is making against Black Rifle Coffee. On July 17th, 2016, Mr. Roper started working at Black Rifle Coffee. And on July 30th, so that's 13 days later, Mr. Hoffer, is that how you say his name? Hoffer. Now, this is the owner, right? This is the guy that's been on Joe Rogan, Mr. Hoffer. This is the owner. One of the owners, okay. So on July 30th, Mr. Hoffer and Mr. Roper competed in a handgun shooting match at this place in a clay range. So they're they're doing like this shooting match with his new employee and da. Mr. Roper had taken first place in the competition. Mr. Hoffer was very angry that Mr. Roper had beaten him. So the employee beats the boss, and he's saying the boss was pissed.
Yeah, but not just that. There's more context to it. So he's known in the community to be really good. I mean, his entire career was based on sharpshooting and skilled armsmen, and this guy just shows up
and beats him.
So he was
stunned.
mad. He was stung.
Now, is this going to tell about the history of this Roper guy, or should I tell them first, like about his religion and all that? That's gonna
I don't think it says it in there.
Okay, just so you guys know, this Roper guy, which is Brandon Roper, he comes from a Mormon religion, right? Mm-hmm. So he's religious. He didn't do any cussing or anything. He was
He was a goody-goody.
A goody-goody type of thing. So he's there. He's getting this, get this job of Black Rifle Coffee, this big thing. He goes out there to shoot. So you could just imagine his excitement when he won. He's like, yes, I beat him. And his boss was like, oh.
He didn't just beat him. He beat everybody who was there. So those other people that are good at, or good marksmen that he beat too.
Yeah, and here comes the goody-goody stumbling in and beats everybody. Okay. This is not even that. Y'all stay with me.
Why does it have me blurred?
Oh. I fixed it. Sorry, was you blurred the whole time you were talking?
Yes.
Oh no. Okay,
I'm the Jody.
The Jody.
The Jody.
Okay. Mr. Hoffer expressed his anger to Mr. Roper, and this was when Mr. Hoffer began to treat Mr. Roper in an extremely hostile and domineering manner. Mr. Hoffer felt like his reputation as an excellent shooter among the military special forces community was threatened by Mr. Roper when other military competitors heard the results. Oh, they were probably picking on him too.
I
thought you was a special force dude and you just let the little Mormon walk in. And he was mad. Instead of being like, yeah, he got me, man, he's good. Giving him his... Okay.
You were about to say flowers. I'm leaving.
I didn't. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say props.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
I'm from the 80s, baby. I'm from the 80s.
I hate that term.
Early in August 2016, Mr. Roper was forced, this is the employee, was forced to strip down to his underwear and participate in a marketing video where his image was digitally altered to look like he was naked. Mr. Roper was not given any opportunity to refuse to participate in this video, and he felt like if he had refused to participate, then he would have lost his job. Now, we're just getting started. Y'all stay with us here. When you think about the shooting part, you can understand how this guy felt like he didn't want to cause any more waves after this. Now, if you were going against your boss and you were brand new, would you beat him or would you let him win?
No, I'd beat him. Oh, for sure. What am I, let him win? What is this?
Get out of there. Don't. Get out of my pockets.
Why did you give me the robe then?
It's dirty. I don't know what's in those pockets. It's dirty. It's from a long, long time ago.
Long time ago? Candy wrappers?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. So in the video, he asked to pretend to do sit-ups in a room with various other men who were allegedly having a hot dog party. This video was meant to poke fun at homosexuals, and Mr. Roper participated in the video against his will and as a condition of his employment. So he's already feeling uncomfortable. This is a big name brand. I mean, this guy is very popular and he's excited, all alleged according to this lawsuit. The video has been seen by thousands of persons on the internet, much to Mr. Roper's embarrassment and humiliation. What's wrong with a little hot dog party? Ooh, would you have done it?
No.
Yeah.
I would not have.
If you felt uncomfortable. So Jeremy be in the same boat, baby. Done beat him shooting, and he was gonna refuse the hot dog party.
So what are you gonna do? Fire me? So we're still end up in the same
in
spot.
a lawsuit.
At least I still got my dignity.
This ain't nothing, y'all. On or about August 15, 2016, Evan Hoffer, again the boss, called Mr. Roper into his office. Oh. In front of Mr. Roper and several other people in his office. Mr. Hoffer stripped down all of his clothes and stood in front of Mr. Roper butt naked. I put butt in there. It says naked. Mr. Hoffer acted as if he expected some sort of response from Mr. Roper. Instead, Mr. Roper averted his eyes and tried to turn the conversation back to work. So you can imagine, after everything he's been through, the boss calls him in the office in front of everybody. Hey, Brandon Roper, get in my office. He goes in there, shuts the door, he strips down, butt booty naked. Your boss is standing there, butt naked. Hot dogs and what is it? How does the word you say? Meatballs and sausage. The whole thing standing there, okay? Frankenbeans. And this guy, this Mormon guy, is trying to divert his eyes and act like he's not looking. Yeah. I can't see you. Yeah. Okay. Several days later, Mr. Roper and Mr. Hoffer were working alone in a conference room when Mr. Hoffer turned to Mr. Roper and said, "Why don't we close the door and butt out of each other?" Mr. Roper rejected the sexual proposition, and the meeting continued in awkward tension. This Brandon guy needs an award for like best employee of the year. Can you, at this point? Yeah. He was obviously like I don't know him. I don't even know what he looks like. I'm just envisioning. He could be a monster, a liar, all these things I don't know. But I'm envisioning like this sweet guy with his khakis and his shirt tucked in his belt coming to work, like
his pocket protector.
Yeah. And then not only does he have him, he beats him in the thing, he has him do the hot dog competition, which insinuates something else. Then he strips down, calls him in the office, strips down butt naked. Then he's in a conference room with him and says, "Hey, why don't we shut the door and butt out of each other?" And he's like, "No, thank you." And they continue with the meeting.
What is going on down there at the headquarters?
Rifle Coffee? Oh my gosh, they're probably stirring it with all kind of dirty hands.
When I first read this, I'm like, what in the Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes!
What in the Wolf of Wall Street is going on here?
Oh my gosh. Several days later, get awkward tension. After Mr. Roper had rejected his advances and failed attempts to comment upon Mr. Hoffer's nude body, Mr. Hoffer became openly hostile to Mr. Roper. By approximately early September 2016, Mr. Hoffer started calling Mr. Roper a mountain Jew, as a derogatory term because he was one of the few Latter-day Saints in the office. Mr. Hoffer.
I don't get that reference.
I've never heard of it before, but if it's a derogatory, no matter what, he was trying to. Even if he would have called him, "Hey, Papa, we're busy right now. Thank you. Do you need anything important?"
Just want to tell you one thing. Move into the new property. First animal we're getting, border collie. Okay, bye.
Border collie. This boy wants a border collie. Anybody got a border collie in your pocket? Anyways, even if he would have called him like, "You little weasel," like he was trying to degrade him at that point. I'm picturing this Brandon Roper as a passive guy. Yeah. Somebody probably had to talk him into even filing this lawsuit. Wait till you find out what he sued them for, what he sued Black Rifle Coffee for. I'd have took him to the bank. I'd have cleaned him out.
Yeah. I mean, well, I do know that settlements versus what they put in here is not always the same. So this could be what he's legally requiring from Black Rifle Coffee Company, but there could be an additional settlement for that individual personally. I would assume, because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so in this case. But then again, I don't know. Mr. Hoffer started being very mean and hateful towards Mr. Roper in front of all the other employees. On October 21st, 2016 at 8:30 a.m., Mr. Roper participated in a three-way call with Chief Operating Officer Rod Rude himself and Mr. Hoffer. And in this call, Mr. Roper told Mr. Rudd and Mr. Hoffer that he was concerned with the way he was being treated and that he demanded that he be treated more professionally and more respectfully. You just know somebody at home had to talk him up. Now, you need to go to work tomorrow, and you need to tell them they should
Assert your dominance.
Yes, you're going to be treated with respect and profession. Okay.
You'd be treated with respect and profession.
Yes. Mr. Hoffer became very angry and said, Roger that. Oh, that's like one of them, like, bet. Like, oh.
Roger that.
I don't think it was like that. I think it was more like, Roger that. To Mr. Roper, and warned him that if he said one more word that he would be terminated on the spot. This is a miserable work environment, it sounds like. Well, I mean, in case you like hot dog parties. Ooh.
Or the occasional late night office. Or whatever it is.
They know what I said. Okay. Mr. Roper saw an increase in Mr. Hoffer's hostility towards him from that day forward. In early November, Mr. Roper was tasked with developing the HR department at BRCC. In his role as HR manager, Mr. Roper spoke with many new employees who complained about being victims of sexual harassment and complained that Mr. Hoffer and others in middle and upper management were using military-style management models, which was to replete with sexual harassment and racism. So that's about all the crazy mess that was in there, right, baby? Did I miss anything else? Oh, wait, he had cried. Oh, no, there's another thing. He cheated him out of bonuses. He didn't want to give him his end-of-the-year bonus. Mr. Hoffer confronted Mr. Roper about the gun issue and told Mr. Roper that he intended to give Mr. Roper a gun, but because he had cried like a Puss in Boots, with a Y, that thing, about not getting a gun, that he would not receive one. That is so sad. He went up to him and being like, because you cried like a... He's really a mean guy, it sounds like. Is he married? Arrogant, that's the word. Arrogant. While Mr. Roper did receive a financial end-of-the-year bonus because of his tenure and excellent performance, he did not receive the additional custom Glock 43 handgun bonus because he had complained about Mr. Hoffer's harassment of him. What a jerk. In January of 2017, further harassment and hostility continued against Mr. Roper. A large part of the harassment focused on the fact that Mr. Roper had not served in the armed services, and additionally, there was a focus on things which the other employees had done in the military which Mr. Roper had not done, like have sex with multiple women, engage in anal sex, frequent strip clubs, and other sexual exploits which are viewed as taboo in the Mormon faith. So they were picking on him. They were like, oh, you never stick it in the butt? Oh, you never had no titties in your face?
Is that what it's saying when they took him to the strip club?
No, they were picking on him because he hadn't done things like frequent strip clubs.
Yeah.
So he'd never been in a strip club, and they were just like really picking on him. And you know, it wasn't like a friendly pick too. It was like they were, yeah.
Yeah, it's confusing because in there they say that like after all of that, his frustrations with them, his denying of his advancements, all that stuff, he still promoted them to establish an HR. Like they didn't have a human resources part of it.
He's probably good at his job.
So they were like, we're going to make you like HR manager. You're going to create all of our human resources department. So it's like they needed him. They wanted him. He was good at what he does, but they hated him at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
They were like bullies, basically.
Yeah.
Like I get the whole like locker room banner type of thing, like where guys talk crap, because us girls, we talk it too. Y'all know all our lives, we get down, right? So I get that, but it's another thing when you're literally hounding a person that's just trying to do their job. Yeah. Okay. Oh, listen to this. So first, Mr. Bollinger ridiculed Mr. Roper for never having been to a strip club, and then he paid his entry fee. Oh, well, wait, no. On or about January 2017, the head people there pressured Mr. Roper into going to a strip club. Oh, now come on, Mr. Roper. Come on, Mr.
Pressured. How dare
Twisted my arm. my Mormon faith, but if I've got to keep this job, I guess I'll go. Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong. Okay. So first, Mr. Bollinger ridiculed Mr. Roper for never having been to a strip club, and then he paid his entry fee. Other Black Rifle Coffee employees were present, and they followed Mr. Bollinger's lead into pressuring Mr. Roper. So Mr. Roper ultimately went to the strip club with his coworkers because he felt like he could not say no, and if he did, his job would be in jeopardy. While at the strip club, Mr. Bollinger was not satisfied with Mr. Roper simply being in the club. He was like, what am I not satisfied about? You, Mr. Roper, just sitting there. So he said, I'm going to pay for you a private dance. Oh, man, now this job's sounding tough for Mr. No,
Yeah, it's not...
He was probably really uncomfortable. I'm picking jokes, but...
Yeah, but at the same time, like, where is your dignity? Like,
yeah,
it's a job.
He was obviously passive.
Yeah, but it's a job. You're already doing a wiener party in your
Mr.
underwear that you did not want to do, but you felt like you're going to lose your job. Then you don't do anything about the sexual advances at the office.
He's naked and you're like acting like you're not looking like.
And it's like you're gonna go to a strip. I mean, if he would have kept on, was they gonna say like you cannot be a good employee unless you jump off this cliff right here?
Right, or unless you let me.
Well, I gotta jump off the cliff right here, or else I'm gonna lose my job. Like what the? If you're not into strip clubs and you feel like you're gonna lose your job, you already see the way that this is progressing. This obviously ain't the job for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out.
For real. Okay. So he ended up taking the lap dance. Then they go on to cell phone stuff and health insurance stuff and more just belittling him. Oh my gosh, they gave... On January 2018, so this is far after he's quit, Mr. Roper learned that a private investigator had contacted his ex-wife looking for dirt on him that they could use to destroy him. So it sounds like that even after he left, they hired, allegedly, a private investigator to contact his ex-wife and follow him around. Like, this sounds scary.
Yeah,
like, these are mean.
That's what I don't understand. Why? Why at
they
this
wanted
point?
to destroy his character.
Yeah, but why? You lost your manager of HR? Like, not a lot of this makes sense. Like, why would you spend the money on a private investigator, have them dig up dirt on somebody who's already quit? He's left.
Not only that, the private investigator gave the ex-wife false information about Brandon Roper in order to make her mad at him in order to get information out of him.
Oh, that's illegal.
That's terrible. Mr. Roper noted that his social media profiles were hacked and that persons pretending to be him were reaching out to former employees. Dang. So he ended up filing for this lawsuit. Long story short, where does it show where he got what he ended up getting?
It's almost towards the
Okay. This is what he sued for, y'all. What do you think? $5 million? How much is this company worth?
Black Rifle Coffee Company?
Yeah.
First of all, it's not even a coffee company, but whatevs. And the only reason I say that is because all I see is like, if somebody were to ask me today, right now, what is Black Rifle Coffee Company? You know what my answer would be?
Coffee company.
No, that they're a merch company. I see people wearing their shirts, wearing their hats, wearing all this merch. I've never seen anybody drink a cup of Black Rifle Coffee.
They sell it at Walmart. How much do you think Black Rifle Coffee's worth? You ain't gonna get it, but I'm gonna let you guess. I'll give you 3 guesses. Shoot.
Probably 150 million. Stop it. For what?
1.7 billion
dollars.
They
sell a lot of merch.
I don't know if that's real. Well, it's multiple sources. But then again, if you look me up, one time it said 65 million. I'm claiming it in the name of Jesus. Now it says 5 million, all kind of crazy stuff. But I don't know. A lot of them say it. Yahoo Finance? Is any of these reliable?
Did you just say Yoo-hoo?
Yahoo.
Yoo-hoo the drink finance.
Listen, just so y'all want to know, when I mess up words on YouTube, I want you guys to know. Have I always been like that?
Yeah.
It's listen.
Well, it probably is closer to Yoo-hoo Finance than it is Yahoo.
Yahoo Finance, but none of these are going to be accurate. You're never going to really be able to look up anybody's net worth on here, obviously. But I mean, that means it's up there. So let's say it's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, this is what he's sued for: reimbursement for the use of his personal cell phone for 9 months of employment. 9 months times 180 Verizon bill, which was $1,620. 9 months of personal vehicle use, 2,000 miles, $1,000. Unused vacation, $2,500. A settlement equal to 2 months of gross wages, $5,500 a month, $11,000. So basically, he sued for $15,000.
So let's just talk about
$15,000 is what he sued him. That's what made me believe it. When I found that out, I'm like, yeah, to me, he's telling the truth.
$5,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So a standard managerial position at a Waffle House is $5,500 a month.
No.
What?
A standard at a Waffle House?
Or I'm just
no,
like a manager at a restaurant.
yeah, because that's what 60 something. So that's like seven. No. That's like 70 or 80,000. Let me see.
Divide that by 12.
Divide what by 12? It's 5,500 times 12.
No, you said 70,000. Divide that by 12.
That's 66,000 a year.
$66,000 a year
That's
salary. He's
just starting out.
But $66,000 a year has him uncomfortably at a sausage party.
Yeah.
Has him uncomfortable at a strip club. Has him uncomfortable standing in an office with a grown man standing butt naked, probably doing one of them twizzle twirls with his wee-wee. Like, what?
Yeah, I agree.
Less than $70,000 a year? Come on.
Have you ever been talking to a guy or a girl, but I would say a guy, and like you look down and their zippers down, and you're talking to him, and the whole time all you can think about is their zippers down, even though you can't see anything, and it's kind of an awkward feeling, or pepper in somebody's teeth, or pepper in somebody's teeth. I don't know, but you know, like you can just imagine going in there and being butt naked.
No, I can't.
They must do that all the time. It does make me wonder, and listen, do what you do. I'm not here to judge that, but it makes me wonder if they really do be getting down like that in there. I don't know. Like, what do guys do in the locker room? I know the whole, like, smacking each other on the butt thing, but do you, like, run around?
First of all, that doesn't happen with naked individuals that I've ever seen. No.
I'm sure
You're not going to have men in the locker room smacking a wet ass.
Nice tush. Nice tush.
Yeah, not that.
It doesn't happen?
No.
Well, anyways, I wanted to read that with you guys. Thank you for coming and joining us. I wanted to read that with you guys. I was like, ooh, I got to read that on Patreon. That is a mess, y'all. Let me see if I can look this guy up. Have you seen a picture of him?
Mm-mm.
Brandon.
Isn't Mormon the religion that the men take many wives?
FLDS is Mormon doesn't anymore, but the FLDS is the one where like we watched that documentary and all that stuff. Yeah,
where they have many wives.
Yeah, Faith of the Latter-day Saints. Yeah, but they don't. Not all of them do that. That's just some of them. That's just like.
What is a Mormon?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember this. I did the whole video on it. The Mormon faith it started off like it's biblical, it's Jesus and all of that, but it's like kind of like a Catholic, you know, like they branch off into these different religions. Now, when the Mormon faith originally had many wives, but they decided 200, however many years ago it is, I know I'm getting these details wrong, but that they were going to just have one wife. They were going to go by that.
Traditional.
When they did, there was a part of the Mormons that didn't like that. They're like, oh, what the heck you talking about? I got 3 wives. Like, So that's how it branched off and became FLDS, was from that. It was all part of the Mormon faith, but the FLDS said, we're not giving up our wives. All right, let me see.
Because he could have simply been like, well, maybe I do need to go to the strip club and find a second wife.
Maybe he did. I doubt it.
No. I think he just was extremely passive and...
Oh, he looks sweet.
I have a hard time believing that he was very, like behind the product. It's coffee. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh man, I've always wanted to be the manager of HR at a coffee company. Like that's...
Yeah, but before you knew all this, working at Black Rifle Coffee would have been cool, man. It's like all the tough guys and like out shooting guns and drinking coffee out of like big mugs and stuff, like black coffee, straight black. That'd be like a cool job for a guy. For like what do you call it? Like the word's not manly man. It's for like masculine men. You know, like a masculine man, like dipping and spitting and putting their hands in their pockets.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
Yeah, it's still a coffee company.
Brandon Roper, Black Rifle Coffee Company.
This is the first picture you saw, not him?
I think it's him, but I can't really tell. I mean, you never know. And then I'm going to let you go, babe. Let you go back in there, and I'm going to add these photos to this video and upload it for them. I guess if we found the sausage dog party video, right?
I don't know. It's a marketing video, so who knows if it was ever even published.
Baby, find me this.
Did you look them up on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter?
I mean, there's going to be a bunch of people on there. I found this guy.
That's probably him. He looks like a Mormon.
Black Rifle Coffee Company. No, that's the business owner. Yeah, I think that's him. I'm not 100% sure, because then it shows him there with a beard. He probably grew a beard out trying to hang out with them. But this looks like this could be him. Bless him. All right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of y'all's weekend. I'll see you soon. All right, love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.